Hey there, fellow cat guardians. It's your old pal, your name here, and I'm so excited to be diving into the fascinating world of our feline overlords, companions. Today, we're diving into the top 10 things that can really tick off our feline friends. Get ready for some serious catitude and plenty of oh no you didn't moments. Don't worry though, it's all in good fun. We'll have plenty of cute cat visuals and emojis to keep things light. Alright, let's talk about routine. You see, cats are creatures of habit. They thrive on predictability. Think of it like this. Your cat has their own internal clock and they like to stick to it. So when we humans come along and mess with that schedule, it throws them for a loop. Imagine this. You're used to having dinner at 6 p.m. every night. You come home from work and bam, dinner's on the table. But then, one day, dinner is suddenly at 8 p.m. You'd be thrown off, right? Maybe a little annoyed? Well, that's how cats feel when we disrupt their routine. Changing feeding times, moving furniture around, these things might seem small to us, but to our feline friends, they're a big deal. Think about it. Cats are very scent-oriented. They mark their territory with scent, and they use scent to navigate their world. So when you move their stuff around, it's like you're rearranging their entire world without their permission. And don't even get me started on the feeding time changes. Cats are natural grazers, but they also like to know when their next meal is coming from. So when you change their feeding schedule, it can cause them stress and anxiety. Let's be real, folks. Nobody likes a dirty bathroom, right? Well, your cat's litter box is their bathroom, and trust me, they have high standards. Cats are incredibly clean animals. They groom themselves meticulously, and they like their environment to be just as tidy. So, when their litter box is dirty, I'm talking clumps of urine, overflowing poop, it's a major turnoff for them. Think about it. Would you want to use a bathroom that smelled like ammonia and had, well, remnants of previous visitors? I didn't think so. Cats are very sensitive to smells, even more so than we are. That ammonia scent from urine? It's incredibly pungent to them, and it can actually irritate their respiratory system. Plus, a dirty litter box can lead to health problems. Urinary tract infections, for example, are more common in cats who are forced to use a dirty litter box. We all love our cats, and sometimes we just want to squeeze them with love. But here's the thing. Cats aren't always down for our overzealous displays of affection. In fact, forcing affection on a cat is a surefire way to earn yourself a swat on the nose or worse, a full-on hiss. You see, cats are independent creatures. They like to be in control of their own space and their own bodies. So when we scoop them up without warning or trap them in a hug, it can feel like a violation of their boundaries. Think about it this way. Imagine you're going about your day, minding your own business, when suddenly, someone swoops in and gives you a giant bear hug. You might be startled, even a little uncomfortable, right? Cats feel the same way. Now, this doesn't mean you can never cuddle your cat. It just means you need to pay attention to their body language and respect their signals. If your cat is leaning into you, purring and nudging you with their head, that's a good sign they're open to some affection. But if they're flattening their ears, twitching their tail, or trying to squirm away, that's your cue to back off and give them some space. Let's face it, cats are sensitive creatures. They're hardwired to be alert and aware of their surroundings, which means loud noises can be a real nightmare for them. Think about it. Their hearing is way more sensitive than ours. What sounds like a normal conversation to us can sound like a rock concert to them. So when those sudden booming noises happen, fireworks, thunderstorms, the dreaded vacuum cleaner, it can send them into a panic. Their heart races, their pupils dilate, and their instincts tell them to find a safe hiding spot, fast. Now, I know it's not always possible to avoid loud noises, but there are things we can do to help our feline friends cope. Creating a safe space for them, like a quiet room with their favorite bed and some toys, can make a world of difference. And if you know a loud event is coming up, like a thunderstorm or a party at your house, try using a white noise machine or some calming music to help drown out the noise. Okay, let's talk about the great cat water debate. Now, we all know cats need water to survive. It's essential for their health and well-being. But for some reason, many of our feline friends act like water is their arch nemesis. They'll avoid puddles like the plague, and don't even get me started on bath time. So what's the deal with cats and their aversion to water? Well, there are a few theories. One theory is that it has to do with their ancestry. Domestic cats descended from desert-dwelling creatures, and in the desert, water is scarce and often stagnant and dirty. So it makes sense that they would have evolved to avoid it. Another theory is that cats just don't like the feeling of being wet. Their fur is not very water-resistant, so when it gets wet, it takes a long time to dry. This can make them feel cold, uncomfortable, and even vulnerable. Whatever the reason, the fact remains, most cats are not fans of water. Bringing a new pet into your home can be an exciting time, but it's important to remember that our feline overlords, I mean companions, don't always share our enthusiasm. In fact, a poor introduction can lead to weeks, months, or even years of feline feuding. Cats are territorial creatures. They like their space, their humans, and their routine. So when a new animal suddenly appears on the scene, it can feel like a major threat to their established order. Think about it. You wouldn't want a stranger barging into your home and making themselves comfortable without an introduction, would you? Cats feel the same way. That's why it's crucial to introduce new pets gradually and carefully. Start by keeping them separated, allowing them to get used to each other's scents through a door or crate. Then, progress to supervised, short visits, gradually increasing the time they spend together as they show signs of acceptance. Remember, patience is key. Rushing the introduction process will only increase stress and anxiety for everyone involved, including you. We've all been there. You're busy working, cooking, or maybe just trying to enjoy a few minutes of peace and quiet when suddenly, your cat decides it's time for attention. They meow incessantly, rub against your legs, maybe even give you a gentle headbutt or two, but you're in the zone, so you ignore them. Big mistake. Cats might seem independent, but they crave attention from their humans. Ignoring their attempts to engage with you can lead to frustration, boredom, and even some resentment. Think about it. How would you feel if you were trying to talk to someone and they just completely ignored you? Not great, right? Cats thrive on interaction. They need playtime, mental stimulation, and of course, plenty of love and affection. So the next time your feline friend comes calling, try to put aside what you're doing for a few minutes and give them some attention. Cats have an incredible sense of smell. It's about 14 times stronger than ours. While this heightened sense of smell helps them navigate their world, hunt prey, and even find their way home, it also means they're much more sensitive to strong or unpleasant odors. And trust me, what smells good to us doesn't always smell good to them. Citrus fruits, for example, are a big no-no in the feline world. The strong, pungent aroma of oranges, lemons, and grapefruits can be overwhelming to their sensitive noses, causing sneezing, drooling, and even vomiting in some cases. Other scents that can send your cat running for the hills include strong perfumes, cleaning products, and even certain essential oils. Now, I'm not saying you have to live in a completely scent-free home to please your cat. Just be mindful of their sensitive noses and avoid using strong fragrances around them, especially in areas where they spend a lot of time, like their litter box or scratching post. Cats might be masters of relaxation, but don't let their chilled-out demeanor fool you. They need playtime. In the wild, cats spend a significant amount of their time hunting, stalking, and chasing prey. These activities provide essential mental and physical stimulation, keeping their instincts sharp and their bodies healthy. Now, your house cat might not need to hunt for their dinner, but that doesn't mean their natural instincts have disappeared. Depriving your cat of playtime is like denying them a fundamental part of their nature. It's like asking a dog to never go for a walk or a bird to never spread its wings. A bored cat is a recipe for disaster. They might resort to destructive behaviors like scratching furniture, knocking things over, or even excessive vocalization to try to get your attention. Cats might be small, but they have a mighty need for personal space. Think of it this way. Your cat's personal space is like their own little kingdom. It's their safe haven, their sanctuary, their place to relax and recharge away from the stresses of the world and the occasional overzealous human. Now, most cats are pretty good at communicating their need for space. They might give you a warning stare, a flick of the tail, or even a gentle swat on the hand if you're not getting the message. But sometimes, we humans can be a little oblivious to their subtle cues. We scoop them up for a cuddle when they're trying to nap, or we invade their favorite napping spot with our stuff. And trust me, when it comes to their space, cats don't appreciate boundary violations. So there you have it, folks. 10 common things that can drive your cat up the wall. Remember, our feline friends might be furry and adorable, but they're also complex creatures with their own unique needs and preferences. By understanding what makes them tick and what ticks them off, we can create a happier, healthier, and more harmonious relationship with our feline companions. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you been guilty of committing any of these feline faux pas? Share your hilarious cat stories in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. And don't forget to subscribe for more fantastic cat content. Until next time, keep those tails twitching and those purrs rumbling.